Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on March the 18th, 2020. Trump offers $1 trillion package for U.S. citizens. The Trump administration pressed for enactment of a $1 trillion stimulus package to blunt the economic pain from a coronavirus outbreak that has killed over 100 people in the country. With cases of the respiratory illness reported in all 50 states and the total number of known U.S. infections surging past 6,400 millions of Americans stayed at home instead of commuting to work or going to school. The Trump administration is also considering a plan to send checks to individual Americans of $1,000 to help them weather the crisis, though details of the proposal remained unclear. Meanwhile, high earners might not qualify for payments which could be sent within the next 2 weeks, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said. Global stock continued to drop amid renewed fears. Global stock markets and Asian shares declined on Wednesday as worries about the coronavirus pandemic eclipsed hopes that broad policy support would combat the economic fallout from the outbreak. In Asia, MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan decreased 1.4% to a low last seen in late 2016, led by a 6.4% fall in Australia. Japan's Nikkei lost 0.2%. Euro Stoxx 50 futures marked a 4.5% drop, while U.S. stock futures plunged 3.7% in Asia, fallen to their daily limit outside U.S. trade. A day after the S&P 500 and Dow Jones rose 6% and 5.2% respectively. On the commodity market, Brent crude futures were trading 1.5% lower at $28.30 a barrel, after dropping to $28.26, the lowest since early 2016. Meantime, U.S. crude futures tumbled 1.7% to $26.48 per barrel after falling to $26.20, also the lowest in more than 4 years. European car sales mark 7-year low. Car sales in Europe close to their worst start of a year since 2013 and are poised to deteriorate further after automakers across the region shuttered plans to counter the coronavirus pandemic. According to the European Automobile Manufacturers Association, passenger registrations declined 7.2% in February after a similar drop in January. Even those figures may be the best for several months as major European markets like France closed dealerships and manufacturers including Volkswagen AG, Daimler AG and Peugeot maker PSA Group idle plants. On Wednesday, BMW AG became the latest car maker to deliver a downbeat update, warning that sales will be significantly below 2019 levels and profitability will be the weakest for years. The company's shares declined more than 5% in early trade in Frankfurt and are hovering around 10-year lows. Biden may win in Democratic National Convention. Former Vice President Joe Biden swept to decisive wins in Florida, Illinois, and Arizona on Tuesday, extending his run of victories on a primary election day. The strong wins raised further questions about the viability of the campaign of Senator Bernie Sanders. It set Biden, who began the day leading the contest by more than 100 delegates, on a clear course to a first-ballot victory at the Democratic National Convention in July. This was the third consecutive week of voting in which Biden dramatically outperformed Sanders, including 16 of the past 21 contests.